All right, so I just wanted to go through some of the craziest Lego sets that I've seen from Reddit. Basically, what I did is I went to the Lego subreddit, went to their top posts all time, the most upvoted things, and got some screenshots there. And I'm going to be sharing them and just going through them. And also the Lepin subreddit, the fake Chinese Legos, which are basically the exact same thing. Let's be honest, they look the same if you look at them from farther away. I've built with both the Chinese Legos and the regular Legos. Of course, the regular ones are going to fit in a little bit easier, but it's relatively the same thing. But this first one, look at this customized, colorful Millennium Falcon. Yes, this would cost a lot of money to get all these pieces together, but that certainly is very unique and very cool, with Star Wars sets always having that light gray color to them. Personally, when it comes to doing something like that, maybe with a small child, you've got your son, your daughter, whatever, but in general, that's not something you're going to want to display or anything like that, let's be honest. This next one, they took a different set and turned it in to a golden toilet. That's actually very impressive, honestly. There's no way I could do something like that. Taking a completely different set. How did they find the stand for it? I don't know. That looks pretty nice right there. This is cool because, it is difficult to display Legos and make it professional, but they did a good job here with all of the different cities. You can see London, New York, Chicago, Tokyo, Dubai. I will say the clocks look very cheap. They look like $1 clocks from Amazon. I would maybe upgrade the clocks a little bit. Not that it's a big deal, but, this reminds me of how in the Pentagon, I used to play Call of Duty Zombies on the map 5, and you would see all the different clocks with all the different times. Now it's all digital, but you can see those little sets like Chicago, the skyline, New York, London, Tokyo, and what have you. That's kind of cool there. Ah, yes, the Lego Twin Towers. This was one of the most upvoted posts on as just a customizable build. This would cost a ton of money if you actually got the pieces for it. There's probably an instruction manual floating out there, probably for just 15 or 20 bucks, but again, you're going to have to order all the pieces. That would be a lot, but it is the entire complex. You can see both the Twin Towers, you do have the Marriott, you do have 4, 5, and 6 World Trade Center, those 3 little dinky 8 or 9 story buildings down there. You also have the extended plaza, the middle of the plaza right there, even the interior stage as well, you can see in there, and then also a nice walkway on the outside with trees. And you also do have the attached building 7, which was kind of part of the it was part of the complex, but you can see it's kind of on the outside, kind of a weird thing there. This is a very in-depth thing right here. So you can see I don't even know if I would call it a set. I guess it is a set. It's like the biggest set Lego's ever done of the world. It's just a map of the world right there. And then it looks like they've got pins with ropes on them going, like, depicting where each landmark is located. Dude, that would take some time to do. That is very impressive and pretty cool. Personally, this is not something that I would do just because I don't like the look of all the, attached ropes. I just don't love that. But in general, it's very cool and very unique. This is... What is this, the Batcave? This is a crazy one right here. I mean, just looking at it going down, you can see the mansion, and then that goes really deep in there. That's just so cool, and the detail on that. I mean, if they made a set like that, there's no way they could make a set like that. It would cost $10,000. I don't know about that. It would cost like $5,000 though. They would never do something like that. You couldn't make that to scale. They would have to. Well, I mean, I don't even know how you would display that because most of it's underground. It's very intricate design there. Ah, yes, the giant Sandcrawler. I've seen a lot of these on the knockoff Chinese sites. I think this would have been a custom one. I do know there is an official Lego one. I don't think it's this big, though. This thing is massive in terms of its scale. I mean, that thing, and apparently, it does have a motor and it can move a little bit. I would assume it'll probably stop working after like doing it 3 or 4 times just because of how heavy the Sandcrawler is. Oh yeah, this is probably the most badass. This is not a Lego set, but you can find them on other websites and stuff. It's like a Lepin, what have you, like knockoff, but it's just an amazing ship. The Eclipse Class, the all black. Oh, it's beautiful. It really is, because normally with any of those Star Destroyers, they'll always be dark or light gray. To see one of them in all black, and then imagine you add like a little accessory, a little light to the front of it, right at the front, and it like beeps on and off and stuff. How about showing that off at night? That thing would be crazy. Oh yes, it's Donald Trump. This was a promotional set in China. I'm kidding, I don't know, but you can see that this is a very detailed piece because it says the wall is sold separately. So Donald Trump right there, he's kind of got he's got a big belly there with a tie overhanging, it looks like. Very impressive set. Oh, look at this. The Droid Army. Yeah, if you ever need any minifigures, go to a knockoff set because they've got, the deals on those. You get a massive army. That is huge right there. This is a very impressive display, no doubt. Like, look at all those Star Destroyers lined up. Imagine lining them up right next to each other. I want to see them lined up all next to each other. There's a lot of them, all the different ones right there, but they don't have the Eclipse. They need to get that. Oh, it's the Capitol invasion. This was a specialty that LEGO released right after January 6, 2021. Of course, I'm kidding, and I do have to say, listen, I don't want to get into politics with this video, but let's just understand, they didn't bring ARs to the Capitol, folks. Come on now, they did not do that, but you can just kind of it says 6 and up. Maybe they should change that to 16 and up for a set like that. Oh my goodness, it's the Disney Death Star. Would you look? This is actually very impressive. Like, looking at it, yeah, you're not gonna find this. This is not a Lego set. It would be on a Chinese website, but it looks pretty intricate. I mean, you could look at all the different layers of it. By the way, that regular Death Star, that was like the biggest set I ever got when I was a kid. That thing was $399.99, so basically $400, and it took me about 3 days to build, and I built it. I don't even know why I did this, but I took my mattress off my bed and like built it on the hard part of the like surface of my bed. I don't know why I did that, but there's just a random fact there. And then you can see, yeah, if you've got like a daughter or something, you could build that. I mean, that's pretty cool for like a 7 or 8 year old, something like that. And then we're doing the colorful design with the Eiffel Tower. So this is what people do. I was thinking to myself, imagine if you did an Eiffel Tower fully in red. I think that'd kind of look obnoxious, honestly, but just something interesting there. You also do have the Uphouse. I want to say there was one that was done a lot better than this. This one seems like, I'm not bad-mouthing it or anything, but it does seem very small to me, just in terms of scale in general. Oh, the docking bay. Yeah, you get a docking bay, and the docking bay it's a ton of pieces. But I have seen that set floating around. The first one that I saw, like an official docking bay, was built with real Lego, but a lot of people are starting to use the knockoff to build it. And you can see the Millennium Falcon. That's like the best possible display case you could get. It's literally custom fit perfect for it. And then here is another one. We've got, I'm not sure what, this was a set that was sold on Etsy. Looks like we've got some Donald Trump supporters peeking over the wall, and would you look at, in Mexico, it's a fiesta. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And then, oh, this is nice. Whenever you get the modular buildings all set up, that's why the modular buildings are so great, because they fit in so well with each other. And now you've got all of the custom ones. I'm still waiting to see someone. You can buy like 50 different ones if you go to all the different websites of these type of buildings. Just have them all in a row, like 50 of them in a row. That would be crazy, but you can see this is a nice little village lit up really nicely. One of my big pet peeves when it comes to something like this, when you have something like the Avengers there, that's not necessary. It's not realistic. The Avengers aren't real. If we're going, and I don't want to, I don't want to rant about it, but it's just not realistic. It doesn't look good with the other stuff. The other stuff, there's some realism to it. It's a real Lego city, and then you bring in all of this, superhero crap, and it's all fake. It shouldn't be together. That's just my opinion when it comes to that. Oh, that's a beautiful looking building. Yeah, I saw that. I had to take a photo of that. I have seen that set around, but it is very expensive, even in the knockoff form. But I just love that brick, man. That's just such a nice... Imagine putting lights inside of that. It's such a nice colonial, traditional-looking building. Very, very impressive. But either way, guys, I just wanted to go through some interesting, different Lego sets I found. That's going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on X. Link to that's always in the description.